Autistic people are commonly seen as weird, outcasts or childish. I think I understand why this happens. I'm Molly. I am a late diagnosed autistic female and I do videos about mental health, autism and taboo topics. Welcome if you're new, and hi again, I suppose, if you are revisiting. When we think about a neurodivergent person, a lot of the time people will see them as strange or odd. I definitely have been perceived as a strange person for the majority or a good portion of my life so far, especially in school and as a child. I am lucky enough at the moment to be in a job where I have found people who understand me and genuinely find me being around them positive, which I am not used to, but I am enjoying that. However, during my school years and growing up and as a child, I definitely struggled to fit in and also was seen as strange or weird. And I think a lot of it had to do with the things that I enjoyed, as well as my inability to communicate. But when we just look at how the perception of how people see an autistic person, I think that it directly correlates with the social constructs that people have created that we are all supposed to follow, and how an autistic person doesn't necessarily have that same understanding or even desire to follow the social construct. So for example, I as a child loved Harry Potter. That was one of my special interests, and it wasn't just love, it was my entire life. I could talk about it all day, every day. People in school tended to find this funny or strange, but to me, even when I was in the older years of secondary school, I would still be overexcited talking about it, and I didn't understand or wasn't able to stop myself from doing that, even though at the age I was, it was probably inappropriate or deemed as not normal. I think we live in a world where, as children, we tend to say, I can't wait to do this when I'm older, I can't wait till I'm older so I can do this, I can't wait until I am older and there's no adults telling me what to do. And then when we get to adult age, we tend to do this thing where we say, oh, I can't do that because I'm an adult, or that would look weird, or I can't enjoy that because I'm an adult, I can't go down that slide, I can't play this game, I can't like this TV show, or I can like it but I can't be over expressive about it, I can't dress a certain way, or I can't use certain toys. And because we have this idea of adults and what we are and what we are not supposed to enjoy and like and act like, when autistic people who do not follow the social norms or don't have an understanding of why it would be inappropriate, because it is just a made up social expected thing, a lot of autistic people don't understand that or don't care about that, so then they will enjoy things like stuffed animals, teddies, animals, going to theme parks, going to dancing, dressing in colourful colours, dyeing their hair crazy colours. And I think because they're so open about this, and I think this is how they end up being deemed immature, childish or strange, but in reality I do think a lot of people would be a lot happier if they did just do some of the things that they think that they can't do. I'm not saying that everybody wants to secretly run around with teddy bears in unicorn tops, but dancing at a party, playing with your children openly without the worry of judgment, really enjoying a TV series or a show and showing how much you enjoy it, dressing up for Halloween. These are all things that I think if people felt they were able to openly enjoy, they wouldn't be so depressed. I think people hate adulthood because everything becomes so serious. You can pay the bills on a Friday and then go to an adult theme park on a Saturday and still be just as good of an adult. People often say you only have the one life, and I think that a lot of what I've heard from older people is the thing they regret most is caring what people thought and it preventing them from doing things that they wanted to. And I think that's something that neurotypical people could potentially learn from neurodiverse people, because a lot of their behaviours and actions and choices come from a place of what would they want, what is going to make them happy, what do they enjoy, and not so much what are people going to think. And it's not to say they don't care about people's opinions or that when people are mean or nasty it doesn't hurt their feelings. And it also doesn't mean that they are completely unaffected. It's seen with females who mask, and that tends to be why females are late diagnosed, and some males also, but because they mask to try and fit in. So it's not like autistic people are all completely just acting as they want without caring. But I just think that that is the reason why autistic people are seen as strange. But it shouldn't. What they enjoy to do in their spare time, or whether they want to have a fidget toy at work, shouldn't determine how people see them in terms of how successful of an adult or a human they are. Because at the end of the day, we've created concepts, and I think that's basically just something I was thinking about earlier that I find quite interesting, because I do think that is where a lot of the stigma and stereotype comes from. But when you break it down, really it's just people doing things without caring what other people think of them, and they're not harmful things, they're just outside of the typical norm for an adult. So I think that that is something that would be important to keep in mind when you are judging somebody who's out there doing something that they enjoy that makes them happy. And also just look internally, and if it gives you annoyance or anger, or it makes you want to laugh at that person, is that because you secretly do wish that you could be as carefree, or because in that moment what your life is or what you are doing doesn't really make you happy, or you wish that you could be a bit more carefree? And I know a lot of people out there won't admit that, and that is fine, but I think it's something to think about. And maybe if you are somebody who likes to fit into the social norms, but you have something that you really wanted to do and you haven't because you feel judged, maybe think about doing that next time, just to see how it makes you feel. Because like a lot of the older people say, what's the point in regretting it if it's not going to hurt anyone? Is it just because you're worried about what people think? So that was what I wanted to talk about today, the impact social norms has had on how people look at autistic and neurodivergent people, and also the impact of those same social constructs on the neurodivergent people. I hope you've enjoyed this. I am trying to get more videos out, but I have just been struggling with extreme burnout recently, which is why they've been slower. But I will get this edited and uploaded today. Please do subscribe and like and comment down below. Even if you just comment hi, it really helps with the algorithm. So wherever that you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, day or night, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.